Hello.
How are you?
This is the first time I've been early. Do you always play that music that sounds like we have to invade Poland when it's over?
No, not Poland, Ukraine.
No, it's been done.
Oh, it's been done? That's me. I always do things that's been done.
Did you steal their theme song?
Yes. That's the theme song that the Russian tanks drive.
Man, Putin's going to sue you for that?
Oh, I don't think he believes in suing.
Yeah, he doesn't go through legal channels, does he? We're getting political today.
You know why? They couldn't afford Rambling Man by the Allman Brothers.
Wow. Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to MBartist Alley Live. I am your host, Stephen Ohola. Another week in the trenches. Let's hear you out there. We want to hear from you, the people. I actually took a minute and I wrote a list of things we could potentially talk about. And yes, one of them is how to get into Toronto, Mustafa.
Oh, good.
Apparently, I've been told that because it's YYZ, it's oh god, what's that band?
Rush, are you shitting me right now? The only thing that can... All right, it's fine.
The only thing?
What's the second best Canadian band?
Bare Naked Ladies.
Exactly.
Wait. You know, okay, here we go. This is what I know. This always gets people nuts. The best Canadian band that every American loves. Nickelback.
Exactly.
What about Edward Bear?
Who? Never heard of him.
But you didn't heard a lot of stuff. That's no gauge.
Also, Steve, isn't it YYZ?
Yes, it's YYZ. YYZ is the
No, he said Zed. He's trying to correct you.
Yeah, don't you say Zed up there?
No, we say Z.
The fuck you... I mean, the heck you do. Sorry. Forgot where I'm... No, but seriously, don't you guys... I thought you guys don't use the letter Z.
That's the English.
Yeah.
I say Z.
Okay. Maybe it's a Toronto thing. I don't know.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Exactly.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to MBartist Live. I'm your host, Stephen Ohola. With me, look at it, back in the number 2 chair. I think he signed in early just so he wouldn't get bumped by Joe. It's Marvel and DC artist Mustafa Musa. And
I sign at the same time every time.
I got Incas to the right of me. I got Incas to the left of me. I'm surrounded by ink. And, of course, we've got Wolverine, Infinity Gauntlet artist. Basically, if it was your favorite book in the 80s and early 90s, this man probably worked on it. The legend. He needs no introduction. They just call him Joe. How you doing, Joe?
Please call me Joe.
Well, that's what your little pink box says, Joe. And look who just came below me.
You think pink boxes? You think Jamie Coker?
That's right. Wait, what now?
Did you just ask him to blow you?
Oh, wow.
No, I said look who came below me.
Below you too?
That's not much better.
Villainous villains. Mr. Coker, how are you today?
I'm good. I'm trying to wrap up some stuff before we have to depart for our show this weekend. So I am a little distracted at the moment, but getting it done.
Cool. Good. Well, you gentlemen.
How's everybody?
You gentlemen are getting it done. I have a list of things that we can talk about for the little people, but we want to hear the little people out there. Let's walk through our featured art prints as we are to do.
Little people have no reason to live.
Oh my God.
Joe is in his usual fine form. Bob Mccloud, who is going to be our spotlight for today at 5:00 Eastern. He's going to be doing a suggestion commission. We're going to auction off, but we have his Flash Scarlet Speedster.
What do you mean? He's going to be on? He's going to be there? He's going to move and talk and stuff?
Yeah. I got him to string multiple 12 minutes together and do a whole hour.
Do you have pictures of him with goats? How did you persuade him? I don't know.
I told him that he could draw.
Oh, yeah, he likes doing that a lot.
Yeah, just not Galactus. I said, I promise, no Galactus.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got Chad Hardin's Boba Fett Gunslinger.
He's very good.
Francine Delgado, we've got your Spider-Gwen Miss America Nova team up. Miss America is going to be in the Multitude of Madness?
Multiverse of Madness.
Thank you. Multiverse of Madness. My brain. Oof, I'll tell you. Jamie, tell us about this piece.
Oh man, so Punchline is one of Batman's newest characters. She's kind of dope. I liked her. I wanted to draw her. And then when I saw Future Harley for the first time, I thought she was pretty cool too. And I just wanted to put them all together with a little nod to the fact that the Joker doesn't really give a crap about either of them. And Batman is his actual true love, which is why I added the Batarang in there. And originally, I would think I was going to add a kiss on there, but that didn't work out. So I thought that might be going a little kiss on the Batarang. But yeah, I scrapped that idea. And if you notice, Harley's Joker kiss on the Batarang on the bat symbol, and then Harley's got her brass knuckles say "F you" on them, which I thought was kind of nice.
Oh. Oddly enough, the gay community has not embraced the Joker yet.
We also got
Joker's a homicidal maniac.
We have James C. Mulligan's Universal Monsters Disney Mash. He's on a plane to the Middle East right now.
Who? Oh, Mulligan?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
What's wrong? What's wrong, Mustafa? What are you dropping your head?
Oh, nothing. There's an opportunity that it didn't work out. So,
You were
here
supposed
this weekend.
Were you supposed to go?
Yeah, it's fine.
All right, we will not bring it up again.
Can you get me that email so I can't go either?
Absolutely.
Mr. Rubenstein, we got Betty Page, queen of the pinups. Tell us about this piece.
Well, she was quite a piece. I was doing a strange weekend by wandering cemeteries throughout Los Angeles, which can be very entertaining. There's some very attractive stuff there, murals and gardens and things. And I happened upon a nice, very modest plate saying Betty Page on the ground. And I went, must be her. But I was surprised she didn't have something more ornate. And I said, I guess this is a sign I should start doing paintings of Betty Page. So I did. You need more? He's frozen again.
Did I lose everybody?
You froze for a moment.
Oh,
let's not do. Let's pray to God I don't have another one of these days. All right, ladies and gentlemen,
If you believed in God. Okay, go ahead.
I'm sure that Joe waxed poetically there.
Oh yeah, you didn't hear any of that? Well, why
No.
I did it? All right.
That's why it sounded so great. We have John Hebert's Punisher. Come get some.
I don't need this abuse. I can abuse myself. Okay.
Well, that's why we only keep the camera up from the waist up.
Right.
We've got Lobos's Wonder Woman, Amazon Princess. Mustafa, you want to talk about some video games here?
Sure. Let's see. Master Chief's been around for 22 years. It's the thing that saved the Xbox from extinction. It's just had its 6th game come out in December, and it's become one of my best sellers after just kind of being like, oh, that's nice. Now people are really digging it. So I think it's cover worthy. I think if there was a Halo #1 comic book, I think that would be a good cover for it.
Are you looking forward to the new show? No.
About as much as I am looking forward to Battinson.
Battinson?
Yeah, Battinson. The thing coming out this weekend.
Oh, the Batman?
Yeah, Battinson.
Why are you calling it Battinson?
Well, I don't know how. Okay, so there's the character Batman. His name's Robert Pattinson.
Oh, I see.
It's a portmanteau.
It sounds like a towing company. All right, and then we have my Alpha Flight Guardian of Canada.
Talk about this piece. Talk about Guardian of Canada and who he is and who created him.
Well, this is created by the John. Oh, for God's sakes, John. Byrne. Thank you. John
You forget his last name?
I did. I'm telling you, man, I'm having a day. Guardian was originally Vindicator, created by John Byrne in his early X-Men run.
I think it's pronounced Byron.
Byron?
Yeah,
John Byron.
I think it's Byrony.
Yeah, the famous John Byron. This is his creation, part of Alpha Flight. And you know what? Fun fact: he named him Guardian to circumvent Red Guardian.
Oh yeah.
So the character Red Guardian was supposed to be Guardian, but John Byrne said no. I have a Guardian.
Well, I mean, he's from Canada too, right? John Byrne. So shouldn't it be like Red Guardian A or something?
Red Guardian. Red Guardian Alpha, and then Red Guardian
A. Yeah, Vindicator, eh?
They have a Red Hulk. Why not?
Well, ironically, he dies and then comes. He's the Optimus Prime. Of the
Oh, thanks. Thanks for giving it away. Thanks. No.
Spoiler alert. Spoiler
Too
alert.
late.
This guy dies. Well, I told the story. He dies, comes back, dies, and comes back. He's the Optimus Prime of the Marvel Universe. And his wife becomes a Vindicator. And she has the same outfit, except she has goggles
and breasts.
Better drawn. And breasts. Breast of us. But I've already told the story. Anyways, nobody wants to hear that. I won't ramble on. Anyways, these are featured art prints. If you want any of these art prints, it's simple enough. Just say claim Flash, and Love G will help you out, whether you want fine art, platinum, or canvas, or scoot over to MBartist.com. And with the promo code free shipping, you will get just that, free shipping. And Brendan lost service because he's in Amish country. All right, there we go. Those are the featured art prints. Let's get those off, and let's go through my list. So, anyways, I want to start off by let's get the serious stuff out of the way. Good news. I don't know if you guys follow George Perez, but I saw that he is home and he is resting comfortably. So I think that's a little good news. So I want to throw it around the table. If anybody I know Joe have one or two. Best George Perez story and favorite cover.
My favorite what?
Cover. Like, what was his best run?
His favorite cover was the one I did.
Which one's that, Joe?
Avengers number whatever with Taskmaster on the cover.
Oh, that's right. You did that.
I did that.
Taskmaster.
Yep. And my story about George is we had gone to a convention. We came back to New York, and the luggage was lost. And George was making a point of helping these old ladies who were total strangers to him to find their luggage. And I thought, what a nice guy. Just no reason to help out, but he just felt the need that he had to help people in need. So
George, whenever I've seen George, he always seems to be a smile on his face, overtly courteous, and always willing to give people an extra minute, even when he doesn't have one.
And lots of enthusiasm. He doesn't take any of this stuff for granted. He really just gives it his all.
Mustafa, did you have any interactions with George at all?
There's a few shows that he was at, that I was at, and what I keep hearing is how warm and how kind he is. You know, like everybody that's ever gotten any interaction with him, if it's a commission, if it's just a handshake, a hug, like I was hearing it up until January, like he just randomly pop up and just give out free hugs. And I don't know, he's like I want to say he was the artist equivalent of Stan Lee as far as being an ambassador for comics.
He's the anti-Byrne.
Yeah, so that's another thing, right? These guys are rivals. So just listening to all the tea, as the young people say, right? There's a huge rivalry between Byrne and Perez.
Is it? Who says? Why? No, I'm serious.
Perez
I'm saying,
and Byrne.
Does it? No, who says? I mean, they both draw comic books. Where's the rivalry?
So he had it in his contract that he had to make at least $1 more than Byrne.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
I didn't know that. That's cool.
Damn.
Anti-Byrne. There we go.
Yeah.
Well, join the club.
Wow.
I have a theory that because of the amount of work that George put into his pages, that in effect he threw down the gauntlet, and all these people like Arthur Adams and Travis Schwartz or whatever the fuck his name is followed by going, well, I can. If George can do that, I'll see if I can put even more details into this stuff. And he started that trend.
And the only thing I would say is Perez never really had this legendary run with an inker that he should have. Like if you worked with him more, that would have been great.
Yeah.
You know, Byrne had Terry
he
Austin.
What about but Romeo Tango inked the Teen Titans for a very long time.
Okay, I guess his name didn't resonate as much as say like Terry Austin did things outside of Byrne.
Yeah. I mean, Romeo never became a star inker, that's for sure. But I think he was on the full run. And you know, on the Avengers, I think it was Dan Green who was mostly George's inker, except I did an issue or two.
Oh, was it? I like Dan Green. I didn't see it.
Yeah.
Hi, Fran.
Hello,
Look who's doing it, Fran. Are you here for good now?
Oh no!
It's the hat. Take off the hat.
Ladies and gentlemen, Barbie art director is having technical difficulties. Just start randomly swearing, Fran. Let us know if you're here.
Oh, she's giving us the finger.
You know, do American Sign Language.
Nice. Oh, and
she's mouthing a word.
Yeah, she gave you the Canadian finger. Sorry.
Yeah, the Canadian finger is a thumbs up.
Is that a finger that's coated in poutine?
That's right.
Oh, that sounds delicious.
Coated
in finger food.
Yeah, that is finger food.
All right, so how about Jamie? You got any? Have you ever met George Perez?
I've never met him, but back in Michigan a few years ago, there was a guy at a show, and it was a African American gentleman who you could tell had some kind of physical limitations, and his assistant, if you will, and he had this gallery up of all this artwork, and I was like, oh my gosh, he's got stuff here like originals by like Alex Ross and some other people. I was like, this is insane. And then it comes to find out that this guy, it's called Dan. He has this organization called Dan's Dream. So essentially, what it is he's trying to take all this artwork from these big time artists that have been donated, and put it together in a book and like sell it to like drive money for charity. Well, the thing about that is that there's, you know, all the copyright and IP issues and everything like that, and everybody has their 2 cents. But George Perez actually helped him curate his collection. Like if he had this pamphlet they were handing out, and in it you can see George Perez there looking at in a single photo, like talking to him and like holding a piece of artwork. And it says in the paragraphs in there that he actually helped him curate this collection and put it all together. And I just thought that was so cool. Like Perez is like insane with his splash pages and group shots and detail. And just reading about that made me an even bigger fan of his. I was like, man, that's so cool. And then when I was asked to do a piece for it, I was even more thrilled to just even be a part of it. So I think that's probably my favorite George Perez memory.
Yeah, I'd forgotten about that guy. He doesn't speak very articulately. He has these problems.
No.
Right.
Yeah.
What piece did you donate, Jamie?
Yeah. What now?
What piece did you donate?
Oh, I went as soon as I was asked that night. I scrambled back to the hotel and I just drew a quick Bob Ross drawing for him, and that's what I gave him the next day. Right
beside the Alex Ross is Bob Ross.
I mean, the stories you hear about how he got some of this artwork is insane. Like one of the stories is Alex Ross was on stage doing something, and he saw Dan in the audience, I guess. So he picked up one of the original pieces of artwork he had with him on stage, ran down to him in the crowd, and gave it to him. Just handed it to him. Wow! I thought that was like an amazing thing, man. It's like, you know, just a thought that, you know, all these artists and everything are like just so willing to give of themselves and, you know, want to take part in something that's like truly mind blowing, just like heartwarming, blows my mind.
You know, I mean, artists are softies, right? We're all like, you know, mostly liberal and like all that. There was a guy in the 70s or 80s who was a known collector who was supposed to be going blind. And he put together all these jam boards, like 5, 8, 10 of them with incredible stuff. Wally Wood and Kurt Swan and Jim Steranko and everybody like that. And I inked Jim Steranko of Nick Fury on one of them. We were all doing it for free. I think he still can see, and I think he took it all and sold them. You know? So it's like you want to be nice and
Wow.
you want to believe, but like, I mean, what do? You ask him for a doctor's report to prove that he's going to be blind in a year, you know? But that was sort of a scam that was pulled on everybody. Unless I'm completely wrong and he went blind, and if he did, please write me and I'll apologize.
Hey,
Oh no, it's Fran.
Hey. Oh, you got a background. Nice.
I
Oh
hear
my
you now.
goodness.
Yes.
Is it your work?
Yes.
Good. That's the way to go.
Oh, that's
To
cool.
me, with your me.
Oh,
All right.
and
If you want to buy all three of those pieces, you can. Just let us know and you can claim it. But if you want Francine in it, it's extra.
Shut up.
Well, I know she can be rented, but it's worth it. I'm telling you.
Oh.
Yo, what the shit?
Way to show us up, Fran. It took you a while to get on, but you did it. You showed us up. Well done.
that's
How are
cool.
you doing?
Okay, I think better now that I have audio, but I don't know if I really want to have audio because I come here and you're saying all senseless stuff. So what the shit, guys?
Senseless?
Senseless. We were talking about George Perez. That's not senseless.
No, as soon as I arrive. But never mind. Before I couldn't hear anything you were saying, so I don't know what you were saying before.
We're talking about stories with George Perez and going around the horn, and asking what was your favorite cover, and of course Joe said the one he worked on. Have you ever met George Perez?
No, never.
All right, great. We'll move on then. All right, so
No, I know his work. He did a lot of great, like especially because he did like big pieces, like with so many characters on it, and that's great. But I never met him.
Here's what I think is fascinating about George's career. George, he couldn't draw. He'll tell you. He was a bad draftsman. He didn't know anatomy. He didn't know perspective. He didn't know anything. But these editors looked at his samples and said, this guy can storytell. And how, I don't know, but he did. And so they gave him work. And I inked one of his very first jobs. And if a thing got close to being correct in perspective, I was thrilled. But I had to fix everything. And so then I went to George and said, George, you really have to learn perspective. And he learned perspective. And he learned anatomy. And he learned how to draw better. And so he educated himself to the level that we all know his work to be. But he started like ground level. And he still got work because he knew what people don't know, how to storytell and can't learn for the most part. So, and you know, when I told him, George, you have to learn perspective, he didn't go, who the hell are you? And I was like, yeah, you think so? Okay.
well, here's a cool note. Shane says, my favorite George Perez is Avengers JLA #4 with Superman holding Thor's hammer and Cap shield. So awesome. I think he has a lot. They've reissued that run, which I thought was great. Very cool. All right, around the horn real quick. In your estimation, what is the best George Perez run? There's lots out there. You can pick Avengers. You can pick Teen Titans, Crisis,
Oh boy.
Mustafa, Wonder Woman.
You know, I'm gonna be honest. I never really read a lot of Perez. I don't have anything I can draw from. I'm gonna say Infinity Gauntlet, I guess.
He didn't do Infinity Gauntlet, did he?
The
Of
first
course
few,
he
Yeah,
did.
he did. He
first
did.
few issues, yeah. And then
Yeah,
Ron Lim took over.
Yeah.
And I was young enough to remember, like, I loved Ron Lim, but I was like, oh, there's a degradation here.
From Perez to Lim.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Well, I mean, back then Lim was doing like, you know, multiple books a month and stuff, and yeah. But yeah, that was probably the most I remember. The first time I saw Perez was that that Infinity Gauntlet run.
Well, you know, the reason, I mean, George left because he was doing a group book at DC and Infinity Gauntlet was just too much work. But the reason I didn't get to ink any of those covers is because they were saying, without being very implicit about it, that George still loved you and he's going to ink all the covers just to say, no hard feelings, I can at least sneak these in. And it's like, well, that really pissed me off because that was my shirt and I should have been inking the cover.
That would have been nice.
Yeah.
I just realized that if you think about it in the time period, George did both DC and Marvel's biggest crossover at the time, which would have been Infinity Gauntlet and Crisis, right?
Crisis. Well, Crisis was like 5-6 years before, but yeah, like he was a beast. Yeah, he was a go-to guy.
He
That's
just
awesome.
loves doing it. He just loves it.
And what was he doing? Like however many covers a month in addition to the books. And they weren't like a book where it's just Punisher, like a black outfit and a black background. Like he would have like 15 characters in each panel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
I
that's,
just
that's why he was so disappointed when Avengers JLA never happened. You know,
Yeah.
it was like a dream job for him. I don't really know the details of why it didn't happen, but a good chunk of it was the first issue was drawn, I think.
you know what I love is I'll pick up a cover and then it's like a really cool cover, and then to find out it's a George cover, you just like, wow, that's George. That's awesome. Like the first appearance of Deathlock, Astonishing Tales, great cover. I love that cover. You look at the Crisis covers and it's just information overload. Are you any messages for me there, Joe?
Yeah, shut up.
Okay.
So the same message.
Everybody be quiet while
Same
Joe
every
shares
week.
his messages.
The message was, we're really disappointed Stephen isn't having technical difficulties this week. Okay.
Thank you, Joe.
Sure.
Shane says his Avengers Ultron run was insane. Yeah, his Avengers run was great. Great stuff.
Well, I think the thing he's probably known best for is the Teen Titans. You know, it was great stuff and different characters, and he was on forever. But I bet you if you look at it, he might have the world's record for longest run on a book, which was the event. What was it? The JLA for 10 years?
The longest run, I would have thought that'd be Kirby and on Fantastic Four.
Yeah, maybe I'm wrong. It's like
It's probably up there though. Yeah.
Yeah, considering that comic books these days are like a team is on for 6 issues. I was on Superman for 7 years, but I had something like 8, 9, 10 different pencilers.
Yeah.
Wow.
And George was it for 10 years.
Wow. Well,
so do you think that's a
long
work
run.
ethic issue? Do you think like people just spend longer on pages now? Like they add more detail? Why is that you can't see a guy go more than 4 or 5 issues?
I don't know that it's the guy gets burned out. I think it's more about the editors just decide to keep. I think it's a stupid policy, but to keep switching creative teams instead of building a following.
I don't know if this is true, but I heard like long time ago, like back in the 90s, when artists had like a long run and there were like creative things for a long time in one project, and then also artists has the control, no writers. It was a little bit more mayhem, and artists were just like doing whatever they want. So one of the stuff that I heard is like what the editors are doing now is they don't want the artists to feel like they are the big stars, so they don't allow them to be more than 5 numbers or something in one single project. So it's like you have great artists like the Spain guy that was doing Super Sons. He was doing a great work, and DC loved him. But after 5 or 6 issues of Super Sons, they just move into other stuff because they don't want the public to get attached to the artist, but to the IP. And in the 90s, they were following the artist, not just the IP. That's one thing I heard.
You get a movie where Tom Cruise is the star, and he probably could have the director fired and everybody else fired. But the fact
because
is,
he's the artist, and that's what they don't want it to happen on comics.
Right,
they don't
but-
want the comic artists to become divas. That's the thing.
right, but here's the thing. There's a lot of fans who will go to a Tom Cruise movie not caring anything else about it. So if Jim Lee is on the Batman, people are just going to buy it and buy it and buy it. And if they lose them after 6 issues, it's like, will they go back and buy the title? Because usually they get rid of the writer too. So it's like, you don't want the person to become a monster, but the monster just might generate an awful lot more money.
Well, they seem to have that. Like, if you see Art Adams has got a current run on Amazing Spider-Man, and Alex Ross, he went from a long run on Immortal Hulk to Iron Man. So it's almost like the writers and the cover artists, they'll give a longer run than the interiors, and I think we have this conversation before where, the interior arts just become a lost practice.
Well, and I think there's a component where guys get burned out and they're like, I can't commit to more than 4 issues or 5 issues, right? And I think part of it is just artists knowing their worth now. Back in the day, like, you got paid enough. I think, I don't know, Joe could probably talk more about it.
No.
Well, with royalties and all these other things, they don't have now.
royalties, but not get paid enough.
Well, but then you remember, like, page rates were a lot higher once upon a time. They got down and they stayed down.
Like, I don't know that. I don't know because I wasn't working. But at Marvel there was a bonus where if you were on a book for 6 issues straight, they gave you a bonus for staying.
Yeah.
But
the royalties aren't as good as they used to be. The page rates aren't as good as they used to be.
No way.
And I think people just know their worth now.
It also could be that people just do the interior pages just so they can get that attachment, like, hey, I can now add artist of Spider-Man after my name or artist of X-Men. So it's like you do your 3-4 books and then just scoot off and use that attachment to your name that you can use at shows.
Well, but when you say, you get burned out after 6 issues, it's also good to know that you've got work and you don't have to keep looking. And it just shows, you got bills, you got a family, you got whatever. In this month, in next month, count on it, instead of, I'm fired, where am I going, what am I looking for, oh God. So, I mean, the reason John Buscema quit advertising art is because he didn't want to commute, like all the way into New York and then back, and he just got to stay home and he got to work. And, John Buscema didn't go a day without work, where I know for a fact that Don Newton, when he was over at Marvel, he had a contract and they didn't have anything ready for him. And he got freaked out and he just called up DC and said, can I come back? Because they had something for him the next day. Yeah. So it's a lot of fun. Some people love the consistency of their job. And me, I get bored fast. So I leave the Hulk after 3 issues and I leave, Infinity Gauntlet is 6. That's great. I'm glad to go on to something else. Other people like a steady, consistent flow.
Even if you're working with different artists, or it's just the title that bores you to be in the same title? Yeah.
Oh, artist. No, I couldn't care. I mean, I don't want to do the Transformers, that's for sure. But sorry.
Do it all day.
But no, it's like, okay, great. Sal Buscema 3 issues. Oh, you want me to do Gene Colan? Great. Or, John Buscema Conan. So it was always just attracted by how much fun I would have with the next artist. And even with somebody like Dave Cockrum, who I did the X-Men with for, I think, 9 or 10 issues. Dave was great. They worked hard. I was bored out of my mind because it was the same thing every day. Now, that was just prior to royalty showing up. So if I'd known there was a bunch of money showing up in a few months, I'm sure I would have worked through the boredom somehow.
Yeah, that's when Mark Silvestri was buying like Corvettes and living in on the beach in California. Like those royalties, man, when they kicked in. Oof.
Well, I think if I was getting $140 a page to ink a page of Superman just after he died and came back, I think I was making $1,000 in royalties on that page. So it's like I do the 20. I mean, I never made that much, but like the first issue of Superman I did just after he came back from the dead, my royalties was something like $8,500. And then by the time I left the book 7 years later, the royalties were $150.
Yep. I worked in a Jubilee book and got $30 in royalties from it.
Well, that's dinner.
Yeah, it was pizza that night. It was on me. Yeah.
There you go. All right. So we want to wish George Perez the best of luck, and hopefully, hopefully he can hang on and stay healthy. So,
well, yeah. Anyway, what's your next topic?
Next topic, the Batman. Let's talk about the Batman. It's coming out Friday. Let's turn the frown upside down. Let's talk about the Batman. Or Mustafa, I'm taking it you're not looking forward to this.
It's not that I'm not looking forward to it. It's just, man, 3 hours. Come on, dude. Who?
Endgame is 3 hours.
That's a lot, man. 3 hours, come on.
It's,
Everything has to be the most epic, most like amazing blowout thing ever. This is this first thing, and it's going to go 3 hours. Like this isn't the last one.
Hours?
I understand why you have a problem, because in those 3 hours you could have inked an arm.
A lot faster than that.
You know, so, but look, Endgame was 3 hours, and I didn't care.
Yeah,
I
but
didn't
it
notice.
was
You know, they already built.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Endgame was the culmination of 12 years of storytelling. This is the
Yes.
first freaking movie. You only got nowhere to go. So the next one's gonna be 4 hours.
But you do have
It'll be a
something because-
miniseries.
But you do have something, because we know who Batman is, and we know who the Joker is, and we know who the Riddler is. So all that doesn't have to be set up. It's there. waiting.
Exactly. They're skipping all of the origin, and it's still gonna take that long.
And we're showing a clip.
Exactly. Get an editor, man.
Okay.
Oh, I think perhaps maybe this is the first time I'm looking at trailer or something about this movie. I have
Yeah,
seen
also,
nothing.
Also, everything looks handmade, which I suppose is good, but it looks handmade like he went to the local store and just found whatever he could find. He just put some shit on a car and made it a Batmobile. He put some leather and stitching and made it a mask. It looks... Yeah, it's fine, man. It's fine. I'm sure it'll be good.
Well, apparently this is supposed to be year 2, right? They didn't want to do year 1.
Yeah.
Did year 2.
Yeah.
It's the long Halloween, right? It's that kind of vibe.
Right.
Yeah.
Is it just me, or like every scene with the new Catwoman, is she cross-eyed? Like it just looks a little off.
You never
I
heard
don't know.
of that?
Let's see.
Yes.
Yeah, like they did this this, you know how they do those film things where it's like turn off your phones and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Her and Pattinson did one of those, and I'm like, no. Anyways,
Yeah.
What's
Also, like everything that Pattinson, whatever, has ever said makes me like him less about this movie. Oh, I didn't really know. Oh, apparently he's a detective. Shut the man. I don't know. He rose me wrong. Oh, I'm not really working out so much for this movie. Oh, that's great. That's cool. All right. Well, if you don't want to try, that's fine. I won't have to try to do it.
try to do what?
To like it.
Oh, well, I don't. All right, you know what? I'm going to defer, and we're going to go to the ultimate Batman connoisseur, Jamie. What's
Jamie.
your feelings on this one? I know you're.
All right. Well,
You've been waiting.
no. No, Mustafa has some excellent points. 3 hours for the first movie is like.
Yeah. What's the sequel going to be? Is he going to be a brisk hour and a half? No.
Hear me out. 6 hour Batman movie.
Exactly.
It'll be huge numbers.
We're going to have intermissions in theaters again.
That might be fun. Or we could just have Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2.
Well, that would have been probably better. Yeah.
Batman version of Heat.
Right. Can I just say, this reminds me of when people start on sports shows start talking about, what's going to happen in this game. No, you don't. And
I'm
what's
keeping an
likely
open
to happen-
mind.
No, you
I'm keeping an
don't.
open mind. But
Right.
Matt Reeves, like his history, Matt Reeves, he did Cloverfield, which I liked. I liked
I
Cloverfield.
did
Yep.
too.
He did the 2 Planet of the Apes sequels.
All right.
I saw
Okay.
one of them. It was okay.
Yeah.
And that's about it.
But what did Peter Jackson do before Lord of the Rings? Some slasher movies?
Yeah.
He did slasher movies. He did
Yeah.
The Frighteners, which is pretty cool.
So
Yeah.
and Raimi on Spider-Man. I had no faith in that being any good because he's a monster director.
That's
Evil
that's
Dead.
true, but Army of Darkness was fun.
But the
I
point
love
is,
Dark
but
Knight.
the thing is,
Well, he did Darkman.
Yep.
Good.
That was kind of a
good.
superhero movie.
And the thing is, you don't know. You don't know what he came up with. You don't know what he's been waiting to do. You don't know that he had some potential that nobody let him do because now he's got the money. So I mean,
I
and
don't
let's
mean
see.
to.
Right.
I'm not trying to say like pessimistic. I am keeping an open mind. I just don't like Pattinson.
And of course, it's exactly back to Michael. It's exactly back to Michael Keaton. Everybody
Yep.
hated the idea, and we
Yeah.
can't stand it. And went, this is well done.
The
Well, I
director
think that's
wanted his actor from Beetlejuice. He wanted Alec Baldwin to be Batman, and Alec Baldwin would have looked just like Batman back then.
Yeah,
And they
yeah.
went with
Oh, yeah.
Michael Keaton, the ugly, balding, fat
Oh,
guy,
he
and they're like,
he
"Wait,
looked,
what?"
Yeah, he looked just like Bruce
Bruce
Wayne.
Wayne. Yeah.
And he was also, except for they didn't do the nose, he was a great shadow too.
He looked like the Shadow. Yeah.
Yeah. But all right, but
Lamont
Yeah,
Cranston.
but
but you know, look at all the different Supermen or Spider-Man. Do any of those three guys look like Spider-Man or Peter Parker to you? Because I don't think so.
I think Tom Holland
Yes.
is the most.
No,
No,
he's too
no.
cute. No, he's too cute. Peter was
No, like Tobey Maguire, the first one, the Tobey guy, he looks like Peter Parker.
okay.
He looked
but,
like a college kid.
but Alan,
sure.
you know,
He looks like Peter
Andrew
Parker.
Garfield.
Like he didn't
didn't.
look like a high school kid, you know.
Right.
Andrew Garfield is way too hot to be Peter Parker.
Oh, is he? My God, you have weird taste.
27.
Oh God.
He was 27 playing a high schooler.
You know,
are we
like,
seriously talking about how hot a guy is?
No.
you know, Francine, I found him way too hot too. So I'm glad I found a friend.
Oh, good. I knew you guys had things in common.
Oh God.
He's way too hot. Pattinson's way too hot to play Bruce Wayne. Come on.
No, Bruce Wayne
God.
should be attractive. He's not. They get him looking with the comb
Bruce
over
Wayne
and
have
all
the
that.
money to make himself attractive if he was
Did you
not.
Did you know they wanted Alec Baldwin to play Thomas Wayne in The Joker?
Yeah.
Oh, that would have been good.
Yep.
It would have been great. Except
That would've been good, yeah.
Alec Baldwin decided, I don't want to play it this way. I'm going to do it that way. And the director went, nah, we don't want you then.
Oh yeah, from the guy that gave us the Hangover movies. Yeah, genius. Jesus.
You didn't like the Hangover movies?
Oh no, they were high art, of course, and all of them were epic 3-hour tales.
And neither is Batman. It's not high art either.
It
You
can
know,
be.
and a
Really?
hamburger is not a steak, but it can be a really good hamburger.
It can be. This might be a big 3-hour hamburger.
Well, it's
You
funny
have
you
a-
bring up Michael
So,
Keaton.
are we saying that we need to talk about this movie after we all watch the
Oh,
movie?
after that,
We should wait. Yeah, we should
But
totally.
here's the problem I'm having with the Batman. Like, I'm gonna go see it like everybody else. But
Yeah.
here's- It took, because of the pandemic, we've been talking about it forever, and also the speaking of Michael Keaton, The Flash, which is coming out, that's taking a lot of the attention away from what's coming out this weekend. Like everybody, like The Flash is gonna have 3 Batmans in it,
Yeah.
so it's like.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's not unprecedented for 3 characters to be one.
Well, I
don't
think
know
that's the rule now. 3 Musketeers, 3 Spider-Man, 3 Batman.
There are 4 Musketeers. I don't know the first thing about this. Is the Flash the guy who was in the movie and he's got a solo movie?
Yeah.
Yep. Flashpoint.
And we already know that the three different Batman actors will be in this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are they
Yeah.
the ones from the other movies?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's going to be Ben Affleck and who else?
Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton.
Yeah, Michael Keaton, Ben Affleck, and then they're bringing back. Oh God,
Not Christian Bale, eh?
no.
Oh,
Clooney?
like,
No, the
Christian
guy that
Bale?
played
Oh,
he played the father. He was the
Thomas
guy-
Wayne.
Huh?
You talking about Thomas Wayne?
Yeah, he's playing Thomas Wayne.
Is that
because-
confirmed or is that a rumor?
Who?
oh, so they are gonna have a.
So in the comics,
Flashpoint
Thomas Wayne
Batman.
becomes Batman when his son gets killed, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
so-
Yeah.
Flashpoint.
Because he was in. He played the father in one of the movies.
Yeah, he just a
What
little
actor?
cameo at the beginning of Batman versus Superman, but I don't know. Is that confirmed?
What?
But what is the name of the actor?
Oh, Thomas.
Do it. Jeffrey Dean Morgan?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Oh no, he
Negan.
looked great. But you know, they established that Thomas Wayne had a Batman costume where he went to like a Halloween party prior to
Okay, so
Bruce and all that stuff, and that's one of the ideas that Bruce got subliminally, that Thomas Wayne dressed as a Batman when he was a kid.
I don't. Where was that from? I don't remember seeing that.
I'm not hallucinating. It was a
No, I
story.
believe you.
Right.
The internet doesn't lie.
Well, because like it was him watching the Mark of Zorro, right? Like the
Yeah.
parents got killed.
It was lots of stuff.
So that
There was lots
I
of
think
stuff, yeah.
that Flash movie is stealing some of the thunder for the Batman.
Well, and again, like that movie, it's this director who's dating like 1 movie, 2 movies that nobody's seen. So I'm like, okay, so you're gonna bring back Michael Keaton, but it's gonna be in the hands of some dude. It could be good. It could be good.
Yeah, the sad thing is like all these
You're going
range
away.
of movies that we have seen from DC, like the Superman, the Wonder Woman, like Aquaman. All these haven't not been the best ones, but I'm really excited for a Flashpoint because it's one of my favorite comics. So I don't know how to feel about the movie because it can just mess it up so badly. But if they just follow a little bit the freaking comic, it'll be great. So we just follow the
Yeah,
stupid
DC has
comic.
trouble with that.
Yeah, it's like you have. I know you're a director and you want to create stuff, but you have a
Yeah.
freaking script there. The comic
Yeah.
has the script. Follow
So I
shit
think
that
that's
people want to see.
I think that's what made the early Marvel movies so great was they had great stories to pull from, and how the later movies haven't been as great because they're just kind of freeballing it, and you can feel it on the screen. Like, you guys don't really have a plan, do you?
Oh, you think not? I think they're as interwoven as all the others because you know at the end of the Eternals, that guy with the sword is going to become the Black Knight.
Yeah, no, that's a little nugget they dropped in there. But like, yeah, Ant-Man and the Wasp, that's not based on some great Ant-Man story. That's just a movie.
They did
Black
throw
Widow?
out the
That's
one,
just-
yeah. But
Black
I liked
Widow,
it.
that was
You
just-
don't like them? I thought they were funny.
I thought they were very mediocre.
You have a very negative view of many, many things.
Let's talk about things we like.
And it's not that you have high standards or anything. You just have a negative view.
Hey, Joe, we could talk about some of your favorite artists and artists that are very popular that you don't like.
Oh, absolutely. Just because you're popular doesn't mean you're any good.
Okay, so that's what I'm talking about with these movies.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, let's keep Mustafa on a roll. Okay. We've touched base on Batman.
Damn.
Okay, so now my
Did we
next
get the
question
opinion
is,
of Jamie and
when-
Fran though? For
when
the
is
movie?
the Flash movie happening?
Oh, it's like
I wanna
December.
watch-
November.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be a while.
Yeah.
I want to go to watch that one.
Well, they're already releasing images from Batgirl, and Keaton's probably is in that one as well. So
Who's going to be Batgirl?
Oh, someone knows.
Oh, I can't remember her name.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
What's her
She's
face?
not like a big time actress.
Like
Yeah.
like Supergirl, will there be a series of photographs of her having sex with some guy that will be leaked? So
No. Well, that's
we can
wrong
hope.
website. Wrong
Oh, they
website.
have a trailer for it? I didn't know they had a trailer for it.
They have a
Oh yeah.
trailer.
Huh.
Oh yeah.
What's this?
Well,
Too
it's
bad
gonna
you
be-
don't have not a spoiler, but too bad you don't have Peacemaker up there, Steve.
Oh, it's on my
Yeah.
list. It's on my
Yeah.
list. I
I'm
saw
just
some
saying.
episodes.
I'm just saying. It's too
One
bad.
more issue. Episode.
All right. So here's an interesting thing because in the Batgirl, they've already established that the Commissioner Gordon, Keaton's in it, but the Commissioner Gordon is going to be the one from Justice League.
Which is
Wait,
which
what?
actor?
No.
J. Jonah Jameson. Yeah.
Really?
Oh, it's J.K. Rowling's. Oh,
Yeah. J.K. Rowling's is coming back.
And-
in Batgirl.
J.K.
Yeah.
Simmons.
And he's got some opinions.
He was a good, but the other one that was great was Gary Oldman.
Gary Oldman looks
I
like
love-
Yeah,
I love Gary Oldman as
Gary Oldman was good.
Oh yeah.
All right. So I want to keep Mustafa on a roll. Speaking of Michael
Oh boy.
Speaking about
Why?
movies that are taking too long to come out, what the hell is up with this Morbius?
Oh yeah. You think maybe they don't feel good about it?
You think? Like,
They've been holding on to it for 2.5 years.
trailer number 10 came out the other day.
Are you serious? Are they number 10? Well, okay. I think honestly, I don't blame them because they just had by far their biggest movie ever, Sony Studios, right? So they don't want to just jump right on top of that. I think they want to let that play out as long as they can. So that's why they pushed it back a little bit more.
So
And they're like, hey, let's keep this run going. Venom did well. Venom 2 did well. The Spider-Man did well. Hopefully we don't shoot Morbius in the foot and make it just a very mediocre kind of.
but where are they going with it? Because before No Way Home, they were alluding that the Venom and Morbius was a part of the MCU because Michael Keaton makes a appearance in it.
Yeah.
And on the wall they had Killer, which alludes to Tom Holland.
Yeah.
And now after No Way Home, they've established that it isn't.
Yeah, I feel like they really made an effort to build up the Sinister Six and have each of them make their own movie, Venom and Morbius and Craven coming out. But, those guys are sometimes good guys. Craven's not a good guy.
Nope.
How are they going to do that? But after No Way Home, I trust them more to figure it out. How they kind of retconned Venom to make him possibly okay. Now that's the other Venom. Now we're gonna have a Marvel villain Venom. I kind of trust them more.
Okay.
I'm curious to see how they're gonna do it.
All right. When they put out the X-Men movie with the Phoenix, nobody got into the room and said, "Let's see how we can lose $300 million."
Right.
Okay. And
Are you sure
When-
they didn't
when-
tell that?
And
I mean,
and
they
when
hired
they-
the
right,
right guys to do it.
right. And when they put out Miracle on 34th Street, they said, we got no faith in this thing. We're going to put it out in July and just let it die. All right.
Yeah.
So because it's art, because it's subjective, and the Star Wars movies, a lot of people hate the Star Wars movies, especially the second three, and people are disappointed by this one and that one. It's like, how Warren Beatty said, I have no idea what movie I made till 5 years later. And then I can go back and I can look at it and I have some perspective on it. So nobody's going, these guys are looking at the Morbius movie, and I don't believe they're sitting there going, sucks, we hate it, let's fix it. Or they might be not knowing what the public wants anymore or ever did, So it's movies is not a business. It's a gambling casino. Let's put 200 million in. Let's put another 100 million in to advertise it. And let's hope it's good, because I don't know. Do you know? I mean, it's like, it's so utterly subjective. The fact that any of us like anything, let alone the whole public, is kind of a miracle. It's like I loved the the end game thing. I think everybody did, because it made $400 million. But you think if it had died, Marvel would have said, let's not put out any more movies? They go, well, let's try the next one.
Well, I think
they already have the plans for the next ones, like in 10 years or more.
What I'm really impressed about all of the Marvel projects is I was just watching Jessica Jones, which I didn't see the first time. And Foggy Nelson walks in for one scene. And they said, okay, well, he's going to be the guy in Daredevil, so we got to put him into this thing so that he's part of the universe. And what you guys were talking about, how they established this poster on the wall that says something. It's like, it's incredible that they've got all these moving parts going at the same time. And, and the thing with people put down DC all the time, it's like, they didn't say, let's do movies nobody likes. I mean, they want the Justice League to be a $500 billion movie too. But I don't know if it's Kevin Feige has this overall vision that he's making everybody fit into.
I think that's it. Yeah.
Or the DC guy has an overall vision that isn't a good vision that's nobody agreeing with.
It's a group think with DC. It's like, okay, this guy's talented. Let's see his take on Joker, and it might be a good movie that makes a lot of money, but it has nothing to do with anything.
Right.
You look at any successful movie or string of movies, there's one guy that carries the vision. Whether it's Feige, Lucas, Spielberg, it's one guy. That's the problem at DC. And then they think, maybe we should do one guy, and
and the one guys they're choosing are very polarizing. Like I do like a lot of what Snyder did, but they're not well told stories, no matter what, no matter how you look at it.
Snyder is not a storyteller. He's a cinematographer.
He's a great camera guy. Exactly. If you look at like 5 minutes of any of his movies, you'll find amazing stuff. But when you look at when you pull it out, it's like, oh wait, well, hold on, what's going on here? And how does this connect? And why should I know this? That kind of thing.
What's Tim Burton? The amazing thing about Tim Burton is he said, I would know a good plot if it bit me in the ass. It's like, he goes off and makes movies that look good and are cool and doesn't really pay much attention to the plot. And yet, look how many big hits he's got.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's true.
I don't understand how you can not be a plot, make it just right if you're a storyteller. But, there's some people who just like a good looking, I get what you're saying about Snyder's, though I did like his X-Men stuff.
He didn't do X-Men.
Who did? Oh, Singer. I'm sorry, I'm getting those.
Yeah, Singer.
Singer put a level of polish in superhero movies that just wasn't there before him.
Right. Nope. And then with all those X-Men movies, the chronology makes no sense. Somebody becomes older and younger and back and forth. Yeah. And I don't know if they just say, who cares? Nobody cares. The general public
exactly what they
doesn't read comic books, so they won't know that Scott Summers is supposed to be the older brother. Let's just make it a movie that we kind of like.
Yeah.
Well, that's actually here's a fun story about that. So the original X-Men was shot in Toronto, and I was working at Nelvana, and my director on the show I was working on, he was one of the storyboard guys for the original X-Men movie, and he also helped design the costumes. And he came in one time just angry after doing an all-nighter with Bryan Singer and some of the artists. He said every time I would try to push an element of the costumes into the leather look, Singer would crumple it up, rip it up, throw it over his shoulder, and says it's too much like the comic.
Screw that guy.
Yeah.
Well, that was right after the Matrix, where everybody was wearing black leather. So everybody, and Blade, and everybody was wearing black leather for 8 or 9 years. It was like a virus that had infected film.
Go ahead.
Right. I just think when they made Dick Tracy, they made it with the same red everywhere, the same yellow everywhere. They wanted it to feel like the comic book, strip, right? When
Beatty made an amazing comic book movie.
Yeah, I thought it was great.
It looked so good, and it was the Steven Spielberg cinematographer. It was beautiful.
Except he wouldn't compromise with the nose, right? It's like,
Yeah, that's true. He didn't wear any face makeup.
But I think when they played down the colors is because when you had Batman 66 and all those other bright in your face colors, they looked too much like comic books, and they went, wait, we're not doing a comic book. Yeah. And my problem with the first Hulk movie that the Chinese director Ang Lee made, was every now and again the screen would fold over like a page.
Yeah, I love that.
But I thought it's not a comic book. Stop reminding us we're watching a movie. Leave it alone. Either it's a comic book or it's not a comic book.
That movie had a lot of problems, but the way they had insert panels that would come out and swap around, I thought that was magnificent.
That looks beautiful, but it didn't help the storytelling in a movie.
Sometimes he went a little overboard. Yeah,
it was too much. It's I understand what they're trying to do.
You remember the scene in the movie?
They keep reminding us it's a comic book, and
right.
I understand it, but enough is enough. This is a movie.
I still, when I rewatch it, I'm still like, I don't know.
You remember the scene in the movie with Thunderbolt Ross turned to Bruce Banner and said, "I wish I could quit you."
Yes, I do.
All right.
He was a good Thunderbolt Ross.
He was
perfect. His mustache was trimmed down for that, and everything else where he's got the mustache.
Okay. Here's a subject just to take it all away from Steven. What's the best casting of a comic book character? When you saw it, you went, "Oh my God, that's perfect!" That's the guy they should have always gotten for the part. For
the
me,
best casting.
Yeah, the best casting. Because for me,
for any character.
Yeah. Because for
okay. So are you saying it's somebody we already knew in our head, or when we see him, we're like, "Oh, that guy looks great"?
I don't know. I think you have to decide. I just know that when I saw the first Superman movie with Chris Reeves,
I was going to say Chris Reeves.
Well, no. Glenn Ford showed up as Pa Kent. I went, "Oh my God, that's brilliant."
Oh wow!
Guy is Pa Kent.
See, I was going to say Christopher Reeve because he was a nobody. They didn't want some big star.
Like Cliff Robertson was not a good Pa Kent, Uncle Ben. Not my fat, lovely guy. He just wasn't the guy. And of course, you can start saying Aunt May doesn't look a damn thing like Marissa Tomei and all that stuff. But when Glenn Ford showed up, and Chris Reeve looked good, he really did look good.
I think to this day, when people draw Superman, they're drawing what Christopher Reeve gave us. Especially George Perez in the '80s, he was drawing Christopher Reeve.
Well, if you're going to do that one, and Brandon said Sin City, Marv.
Mickey Rourke?
Mickey Rourke as Marv.
That was his comeback. He got an Oscar a couple years later, but that was his comeback. Yeah.
And then for me, we talked about him earlier, J.K. Simmons as J. Jonah Jameson.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Right.
J.K. Simmons was perfect. I remember watching him in Oz, and he was just the most brutal bad guy in that show.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, wait, that guy's going to be J. Jonah? It's going to be cool. I'm like my skin crawl. And then I saw him, and I was like, oh, my God, this is perfect. He's so over the top.
Well, I don't know if you know these movies, but in oh my God, the movie with Burt Lancaster, the war movie, the Burt Lancaster, Deborah Carr, big kissing scene it was about World War II. Okay. In it,
wrong crowd there, Joe.
Yeah. But somebody watching will remember I can't remember. In it, Ernest Borgnine from McHale's Navy played this sadistic prison warden guy who just beat the people, and his name was Fatso Judson, and he was just the most horrible human being, and you believed him. Then he did a movie called Marty, where he played this sympathetic, lovable butcher from the Bronx, and he did. So what do you know? It's called acting.
Is
You
the
know?
movie From Here to Eternity?
Yes, thank you. Right. So,
Thank Eric.
right. So I mean, you know, so you hear that, like, Michael Keaton plays the Vulture and whatever, and then he plays Birdman in another thing, and now he's back to being Batman. And people always talk about range of actors, like Vincent D'Onofrio. It's like, you know, you get a script and you act.
He's a great Kingpin.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely, for sure.
Yeah, I finally saw
yeah,
Daredevil
yeah.
season 3. I was like, man,
It's
Yeah.
If if an actor, right, and John Bernthal, I think, the Punisher series was magnificent. Thing is,
Yeah.
when an actor does their job right, you cannot imagine anybody else ever playing that part.
Yeah.
Because for instance, in All in the Family, who they wanted for the part originally was Jackie Gleason, and then when he wouldn't do it, they tried Mickey Rooney, and then finally they settled on this unknown Carol O'Connor. It's like,
Wow.
yeah, Jackie Gleason couldn't have done that. No, because he would have been a whole other guy.
They wouldn't have had the subtleties. Yeah.
Well, it would
Well,
have
it's the same thing with Indiana Jones, right? Can you picture Tom Selleck being Indiana Jones?
I can, because
I kinda could.
big guy. But
I
but
kind
what
of could, but it's definitely better with Harrison Ford. I
Yeah,
feel like
well, right,
Fran is
because made it
needs
his
to
own,
be involved more.
you know.
We need to talk to Fran more. She's
What
just like,
about Harrison Ford or Indiana Jones?
Is he hot too, by the way?
no. Perfect casting. Who do you feel is perfect casting?
For comics or
For
Indiana
movies
Jones?
that,
Comic movie, yeah.
yeah.
Well, now that you were just mentioning people, I really like the guy for the Punisher.
Yeah,
somebody
John
mentioned it on
Bernthal?
the comic.
Bernthal,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember I saw him Walking Dead, and I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, he's gonna be. He was a douche in Walking Dead, but he was a great douche.
Yeah.
Yes, he was.
Okay, and then he come and just nailed his role so well that I cannot imagine any other actor playing the Punisher as well as he really did it.
Do you
And
know? Do you know
I
who's
would
great?
have
Go ahead.
I would have never cast him because he's not big enough and powerful
Right.
enough,
Yeah.
and smart enough.
That's the only thing I got
Right,
against him.
but he's a fantastic actor who
Yeah.
brought all kinds of. But like another one is like, I would have never cast Charlie Cox for Daredevil because he's not a big redheaded square jawed guy.
And he's not tall
No.
enough.
No,
Yeah.
and I think the series was wonderful. I think he did a great job. But if somebody said we got to make them look like your characters, it's like you don't even consider it. So
Well,
they
you
throw
know,
that
you
out
can
the
do
window.
camera angles. You can have them stand on apple boxes, something
Yeah,
like
but
I don't know.
the fact that they said
a little taller.
But the fact that they said let's not bother with the redheaded part was interesting to me.
Luke says,
Yeah, they didn't bother, did they?
No.
Luke says Alfred Halton Hill as Benny Hill. We got to do an episode of
Okay.
Anyways, here's a great cast who I thought was great casting, but the movie was horrible. Dolph Lundgren as He-Man. There you go.
Yes. but I didn't
Dolph
see the movie.
Lundgren as Punisher. He looked like Punisher in the comics in the '80s. That was
Mhm.
Dolph Lundgren. He dyed his hair black. He
Black.
had everything but the skull. They forgot
Yeah.
the skull. You idiots.
All right. So just to show how nobody's looking forward to Morbius, we quickly got off the rails and talked about something else. All
Oh,
right.
I'm sure it'll be great. He'll be
Oh, I
fighting
wanna see it.
demons. I don't know. Who's Morbius' bad guy?
People.
Isn't he the bad guy? No.
Well, right, but it's a movie about him, right? So like he's got to go against somebody. I liked Ben Affleck as Daredevil. The movie wasn't good, but I thought he was a good Daredevil.
All right. Let's. So did anybody see the new poster that was released for Moon Knight?
Mr. Knight.
Mr. Knight. How cool is that? Is everybody looking forward to this Disney Plus series as I am for Moon Knight?
I am.
Okay, great. Let's move on.
No, I'm looking forward to it. I'm a big Moon Knight guy, and yeah, absolutely.
I almost. Go ahead.
I inked Sienkiewicz's first Moon Knight story, and I then lost track of him. So I don't know anything about the guy other than he was supposed to be a retread a Batman with Egyptian overtones.
I just love the fact that Feige said that they're going all in on this one. They're really pushing the violence. They're really going to push the darkness of it, the fractured mind.
And they got Ethan Hawke. Like that's a pretty good foil.
Yeah,
you know. Like,
yeah, that's a big get.
We never heard of. It's not Carly from Winter Soldier and Falcon. That's garbage. Like it's actually somebody that's
On,
looks like
on
they
the same
could,
plane.
it looks like they could hold their own as far as
All right, so it's the top of the hour, so let's go through the art prints real quick. Ladies and gentlemen, if you've been joining us for the last hour, we've been chatting around, talking about Mr. Perez, the Batman, Morbius. Let's go through the featured art prints. Bob Mccloud, where are you? We got your Flash. Brad Harden, we got Boba Fett. Francine, talk to us about this piece.
Oh, nice. We have superhero group, and all of them are some of my favorites of the younger characters from Marvel. We have Spider-Man or Ghost Spider, and then America Chavez, that I think she's going to be in the Doctor Strange movie. I think I saw her in some of the trailers. So that's gonna be cool. I didn't know who the actors they cast was, but I looked for it, and yeah, she's gonna do a great. I don't know the performance, but she looks like a great American Chavez. And then we have Nova. And this basically what I wanted to go with is some of the characters that I like the most, like a small group of Avengers, like younger, and you see they are just flying, swinging across this skyline city.
I'm thinking you just like doing cityscapes. Jamie, we got your Joker, Harley, and Punchline.
I have a question for Jamie. Why is the Joker's hair so slicked back and close to his skull instead of like I usually think of it?
I just like the slick back look. I think I remember what was that one? There was a Batman storyline with the Joker. The head, sides of his head were shaved, and his hair was just slicked back.
Capullo, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I just like that look, man. I just love that look.
Are you gonna give Capullo a buck or two?
Oh, because
I've met him. He's a nice guy.
He needs it. James C. Mulligan, we've got your Universal Monsters.
Selling covers for $50,000.
Joe, Betty Page, Queen of the Pinups.
Beautiful, lovely.
John Hebert, I guess he's not joining us from bed today. We got your Punisher. Come get some.
Is he still in bed?
He's still in bed. Stuff. Lobos, he's working hard probably, but we got his Wonder Woman.
Probably.
Mustafa, we got your Halo. Speaking of which, Kevin has a video game question. Kevin, shoot. And then we have Alpha Flight. So anyways, ladies and gentlemen, those are our featured art prints. If you want any of those, please feel free to say claim Boba Fett, and Love G will help you out. Or you can take any one of these, and whether you want fine art, platinum, or canvas, head on over to MBartist.com, and with the promo code free shipping, we will give you exactly that on any one of these. Fine art prints. Moving on. All right, it's show and tell time. And look, I've only got 2 more things left on my little hit list here. Kevin wants to know, anyone ever thought about tackling the Destiny series? I have no idea what that is.
So yes, Destiny is the guys who made Halo, right? They spun off, did their own thing. I'll try to be as brief as possible. The only issue with Destiny is you can create your own characters, right? And there's 3 different classes and different armors and stuff. So like, there's no way to make that, like, unless you just work on like the peripheral characters who people, have their own little factions. It just, I don't know how to make it work as a print. Like Mass Effect is one of my favorite games. Mass Effect is, you create your own character. So you can't really make a print of just your guy. So you'd have to make it like all the guys you talk to. And it's tough. That's my quick answer.
And that's probably the best answer you're going to get, because I don't think anybody else knows what the hell
I tried to make it as brief as possible. I don't want to bore you guys too much.
Is that a Mario game? No.
Absolutely. It's a Mario game. You jump on marshmallows.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, as you've been seeing, as we've been chit-chatting around the horn, when we're not talking, we're looking down and drawing. Let's start with Jamie, who is deep in focus inking. What do you got, Jamie, to show us? It's show and tell time.
I'm working on this Cad Bane piece here. Trying to get that guy finished off before I go do my thing this weekend. So, yeah, a lot of detailing on that one.
Okay, Jamie.
What is your theme this weekend?
Right. Okay, Jamie, what do I ask you every week?
Like, comment, and subscribe.
I say, can't you draw something nice? Okay.
What would a Jamie Coker pink fluffy unicorns dancing on rainbows look like?
Fran, hire him to do Barbie. Let's see how it goes.
We will never know because he's never gonna go that. Oh, Jamie, would you imagine yourself drawing Barbies and unicorns?
Yeah, I could. I
There you
could.
go.
I could.
Don't
Charlie.
insult him. He can do
There you
it.
go. That's your
No,
challenge.
no, I didn't say he cannot. I said did he imagine himself wanted to do that?
He's there
Oh
right
yeah.
now.
Yeah,
So
dude.
what is,
I totally
what is
could.
it? Marriage changed you? What is it?
No, just listen to the right kind of music and get myself in the right headspace.
What do
And
you listen to? What do you listen to?
Jane, Fluffy,
dude, I listen to everything. I listen to hip hop. I listen to rock. I listen to classical. I listen to new wave. I listen to anything that catches my
You
ear.
don't put on like heavy metal when you're doing the monstery shit?
I have in the past.
No.
I have.
So did
Oh,
you
yeah.
change the music that you listening depending to what are you drawing the subject?
Sometimes. Yeah.
Oh.
Sometimes. Oh yeah.
That's interesting.
Like last
Yeah,
night.
cool.
It was funny because last night I was working on this and I was listening to 80s new wave, like British new wave. So that was kind of the flow I was going with that one.
So do you like go on YouTube or do you just have your own?
Oh yeah, dude. You just go on YouTube, find the playlist, let it play, let it go.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
You know that when Mulligan works, he listens to show tunes.
I think it's a standing desk so he can dance while actually drawing.
He's got a standing easel so he can keep moving his feet while he draws.
That's it.
Oh.
Yeah, he's got some moves.
Sparkle
Gotta
figure.
get some moves.
All right, Mustafa, what do you got for show and tell time?
All my stuff's downstairs. I didn't really feel like working. Let's see what I got. I was looking to see if there's anything.
Well,
Okay, that's
you
terrible.
tweeted about Optimus Prime and Iron Man, and we haven't seen
Yeah.
anything since.
Yeah. I'm mercurial that way, I guess. I don't know.
I'm
College words. Oh,
Iron
Yeah,
Prime.
sorry. Iron Prime. Yeah, I don't know. Sorry.
All right, moving on. Fran, other than what's behind you, what you got?
I have this. Oh, look. Oh my god! I
Oh,
cannot
cool.
do this. Whoa! It's weird because of the camera you cannot see. Ah, here. No. Almost.
There you go. I don't think the chroma key is working for you.
Sorry, Spidey.
All right, let's jump up to Joe. All right, Joe.
Do any straight men watch this show? Because you think my Betty Page would have been grabbed by now. So
Just Brandon.
I'm doing a recreation of a Elsewhere page by John Byron.
Byron, that guy.
Lord Byron.
Anybody
So are you
talking
doing
to
all the
you?
pages?
All right.
Are you doing all the pages, Joe?
Oh, sorry, I couldn't hear what you were saying.
Like the John Byrne, are you or Byron or
Byron,
whatever?
Byron.
The anti-Byrne.
Some collectors commission me to do inked versions of the Elsewhere pages that John publishes on line and pencil.
Oh, cool. How many pages are there?
For me or for the series, it's been going on for like 20 issues.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah. Marvel wanted to publish it, and he wouldn't let them. And so he just does. It's fan fiction, which means he's not going against copyright because he's not selling the books, but
Right.
then he sells the originals for money to make it worth his while.
Oh, wow.
And for all you gay viewers here, I was doing this earlier. So
How's your Secret Wars 12 coming?
Ooh.
I guess I should have been doing it while we talked, huh? I didn't know you. I didn't know you wanted it done. I didn't. If you want it done, give me a deadline.
Is that a Clan McDonald shirt you got on, Joe?
It is because it's cheap.
I want one on. I've known that dude for like half a decade.
Well, I'll sell you this one.
All right.
With cat hair on it. With the cat hair.
Cat hair. Yeah.
Oh, maybe not then. Never mind.
All right, sounds good. All right, ladies and gentlemen, there is your show and tell for today. Anyways, I got two more things on my list, and then we'll wrap it up. But before we do that, let's do a reminder. Jamie, what are we asking everybody to do?
Like, comment, subscribe, turn on notifications. And if we get enough comments, maybe Steven will eat a snail live on air.
No.
I
Yes,
would
you
do
will.
that.
Is that a
No.
Canadian thing?
No. It's called escargot.
It is.
But I will. Maybe we'll give away one of these. Maybe I'll get Lovejeet to just pick a random comment, and we'll.
Or
We can stop
hear
moving
me
it
out.
so we can see
Or
it.
hear me out. Snail.
Beautiful.
Snail. Think about it. Snail. Yes. Don't close your mind to the snail yet, Stephen. Oh.
What snail? What is that?
You
A
know,
little
when-
more open-minded. Eat a snail.
Escargot with
Oh,
butter
escargot.
and garlic.
Yeah, it's escargot.
I've eaten it.
I'll let my wife eat it. She likes the escargot. All right. So I was scrolling through Instagram today, and I saw a very cool picture that apparently Netflix, who likes to bring back old shows. You remember when Netflix brought Full House back and called it Fuller House?
Oh, yeah.
So was anybody a fan of the 70s show?
No.
Yeah, oh, yeah. That's coming back.
The
90s
90s show is coming.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
You mean Friends?
What? No. No.
All right.
Well, they
What-
can't do that.
Is it
80s
called
show.
the 90s show?
It's called the
Like,
90s show.
That's 70 show, but that's
Is it
Red
all those
Foreman's
actors
back,
just older?
baby. Listen here, dumbass. The Red Foreman's coming back.
So it's the actors just older?
Yep.
Red,
sounds
Red,
awful.
Red and Kitty Foreman are coming back.
That sounds awful. Go for it.
I've been
Good
working
luck.
on sales, Brendan.
Yeah.
I have a brand new what do you call those big monitors you draw on?
Oh, did it start with a W or something?
like a Cintiq or
A
a
Syntec.
Cintiq.
tablet.
Yeah.
Okay, Cintiq is the brand, like a tablet.
Yeah, it's a Syntec. I got a brand new Syntec. I haven't even plugged it in yet. It's just, I haven't even had a chance to play with it. I've used the damn iPad more than the
Get
Syntec.
out of here.
All right. Anyways, there you go. Thanks, Brendan. We're not ignoring you, Brendan. I'm just trying to get the idea of snails out of my head. All right. So the 90s show's coming back.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
That's why that was at the bottom. All right. And then we're going to close off with this one.
I'm here. I'll go in the bed. I'll go in the bedroom.
We'll let Joe finish first. Joe's going to the bedroom with,
Oh, you can hear all that?
yeah.
No, keep going.
Keep
I'm trying
going.
to be less busy. Well, now I'm in the bedroom. Now, okay. Actually,
How's Lisa?
Here, meet my Gus.
Oh, you have a pussy named Gus.
Yeah, you would go there, wouldn't you? Now he hates you.
Well, at least we're being consistent, Joe.
Right. Okay. I have to get out of that room because there's something being worked on in there. So.
All right. Sounds good.
Okay.
So now that Joe has the part of John will be played by Joe now that he's in his bedroom.
In bed. Right. Okay.
All right. Here's the last item on my list. Least.
Is it Toronto?
Oh shit! I forgot about Toronto. All right. Do you need directions on how to get to Toronto, Mustafa?
Yeah, it's in Canada, right?
Take a left.
It's in Canada. It's the most popular. Look for the tallest building. It's like a big needle. Not
We were gonna
Seattle.
see, wait,
Not
we were gonna say it's the most popular what? What were you gonna say?
City.
Most populated is what he should say. Your city is most popular. How's
No,
that?
it's not. You can't afford it.
I'm trying to.
It's popular, but you can't afford it because all the cool kids with money come here and we cannot buy shit.
I thought you.
Wow.
Okay.
I thought
wow.
you were a cool kid.
Wow.
So Austin then.
But not money. So.
All right. Yeah, I made a wrong turn. So Mustafa, just make a wrong turn at Albuquerque. You'll end up in Toronto.
All right. Well, because I don't know. I've never been to Toronto and was curious about it. You live
You've
there,
never been
right?
to Toronto?
I've never been to Toronto, but I kind of like the music.
There you go.
So that's why I was like, hey, maybe I should ask the guy who lives there. And you live there, right?
Yeah. Well, you're
So-
not going to be here for when Wonderland's open. You'd love Wonderland.
I don't know what is that.
Canada's Wonderland. It's kind of like a smaller
Strip
version of Disneyland.
Oh, okay.
There's a mountain in the middle, and there's like roller coasters, rides, shows all around it.
But in Canada, completely nude strippers are allowed, right? So that's the difference.
You,
I mean,
you
they
don't
get that in
nude
Texas.
strippers?
Huh?
I think you went to another Canada.
Hey, do you remember that song? There is
Canada
no
of my
sex in
dreams.
Champagne Lounge.
Probably.
What?
Who are you talking to?
No, you said you guys don't have nude strippers down the States, right?
No, we
Of course
don't. Unless there's no alcohol in the club.
You need to come to Texas, Joe.
We've got all that. You can be naked. You can have alcohol. There stuff does go on in the champagne lounge.
Okay.
You know,
I'm having a thrill time, lovely time, but I need to run because
Aw.
I've of the opinion that the best Americans are Canadians. It's like Ryan Reynolds and Michael J. Fox and Ryan Gosling, and
Jim
then
Carrey.
and then Shatner makes up for all of them.
Yep, that's the count.
We haven't had a
See you
Shatner
later,
reference.
guys.
Bye.
Bye, Fran.
So had the restrictions now. Like you can just kind of go up there now after the 28th, right?
Yep.
So I don't need to get my nose assaulted.
Right.
I
I
like
like a
it.
little salt.
By
I
the
need
time
to
you
stop
come up
halfway
here-
through the show and go get a test.
Right.
By the time you get here, it should probably be done. But the worst would be you just need the 15-minute one.
Now we
Yeah,
know how to
that's-
get rid of Fran. Just bring up strippers and nudity. She's out of here.
Oh no, I don't think that's the case. But okay. So best to get there on Thursday, I guess.
You're losing the audience. Nobody cares.
All right, fine.
All right.
Let's talk about your pillow. What are those? Is that what are the salt shakers? What is that?
Who, me?
Yeah, you. The only one with a pillow.
Oh, I think they're oil paint tubes.
Oh, that's why I didn't.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, it's wash, oil.
It's a whole.
They
it's a whole
they
thing.
look like a bunch of Heinz ketchup bottles.
I thought they looked like rockets, or maybe rocket pockets, pocket
or-
rockets,
Pocket rocket or
pocket rockets.
Only Joe would sleep on paint. Anyways.
It's comforting, and it helps me slide at night. So what do you want?
oh good.
All right, moving on. Guess what I found the other week? Well, not the other week, last weekend.
One of your children.
No. This is Jamie. This is Jamie. Jamie, I found Peacemaker.
Oh, it's about time.
Yeah.
He's leaving now.
Welcome to the rest of the world. Nice.
I am 4 episodes in, and I got to be honest with you, I'm really struggling with the show.
Oh, tell us that we should have left off with that.
Yeah.
I love so I'm watching it with my wife, my lovely wife, and the opening. I'm like, babe, you're gonna love this opening, and sure enough, the opening is the best. And then I'm just like, ugh. And I don't know if it's John, if I can't get past John Cena, because I liked him in the Suicide Squad. I thought he was great. And it's like there's elements that I like, but there's like elements that just feel so wrong. It's just
Thank you very much, sir, for your time.
Is it offending your sensibilities?
no, it's not.
Yeah.
It's just not. It's not connecting for me. It's not. So I'm at episode 4 where they just revealed who on the team is not as they appear.
Yeah.
Right.
I love the vigilante character. I think
Vigilante's
Of
great.
course.
that's awesome.
You don't
Yeah.
find it funny?
Some of it's funny. It's just I'm not getting it. It's just some of it just feels so forced.
Hey, Trish.
Uh-oh.
Steven doesn't like Peacemaker. This some bitch right here, I tell you what.
He's jealous of his body. That's what it really comes down to.
Well, here's the one thing I did notice, because Cena has his shirt off a lot, among other things.
Look at him. Yeah.
And it's like I look at him, it's like, okay, I can see where he tore his bicep, I can see where he tore his pec, I can see where, like, you can tell that he's got a lot of miles on that body.
Yeah, and he's a year younger than you, and a year older than me.
Hey, trust me, for his age, he looks fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic for any age. Look at, for God's sakes. You know.
Yeah, but I'm just having a hard time with it. It's just like, does it pick up?
Well, if you don't like it after 3 or 4 episodes,
Yeah, no, I
don't
like
know
it.
if you're gonna like it.
I think it's interesting that they make him, as in the movie, an unlikable guy. It's like,
Yeah.
why would anybody
Well-
want to hang out with this jerk?
And they address that. Like, he
Right.
is a
They
very
explain it.
unlikable guy. Why would anybody care? And they
Right.
address it.
And they explain how he became that guy. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe that's my problem. Maybe it's just he's not likable enough. I just don't like. I liked him in the Suicide Squad, but he's
So you got it backwards. You know that, right? He was unlikable in the Suicide Squad.
That's right.
and
Yeah.
he's likable on Peacemaker.
'Cause
So
he killed that guy. You know, he killed the good guy.
yeah,
I know, but it's
Rick-
like he works
Rick
for
Flag.
me in the context of the story there, where here I'm just not there. Like I want it. Yes, Brandon, I understand what an anti-hero is. It's not connecting for me. I'm not there yet. Maybe I'll find
you might
You'd
just
like
stop
it
watching
if
them.
you'd like it if the CBC produced it because you're that kind of guy.
the CBC.
Oh,
Well, we did do Schitt's Creek.
Yeah,
yeah, that. Yeah.
I can't get into that. Should I?
Oh,
Schitt's Creek's a good show.
it's a great
It's
show.
good. It's good. I watched about 2 or 3 seasons. I'll pick up on it again at some point. It's good.
It gets better. It does.
It does get better. It does ramp up. Yeah.
Yeah. It
Second
goes,
Yeah.
season's way better than the first.
yeah. Like I already know who makes the big cameo at the season finale. I already got all the ins and outs, and I'm getting it. And I know there's going to be a big twist with the butterflies. They're not who they appear. I get it.
Wait,
I'm
you
just-
know about the cameo at the end?
Don't
Yeah.
tell me about a fucking cameo at the end. All right, I haven't seen it yet.
You haven't seen any of them yet, Joe?
So
No,
don't go
just-
fishing.
Just the last one. I was busy rushing through Luke Cage before it left Netflix.
Oh yeah,
Where are
Yeah,
you?
but
on-
it's back on. It's gonna be back on Disney
I'm sure it's
Plus.
going to be on Disney Plus.
yeah. Starting on the
Hey,
16th.
Joe, what'd you think of Luke Cage? I like that show.
Yeah.
Yep.
What was really wonderful is in the origin episode
Yeah.
where he's wearing the metal thing and then
Uh-huh.
he's naked.
He looks like a damn fool.
I looks like the fool. And I went,
Yeah, you look like a damn fool.
I love
yeah.
that they pay attention to us, the fans. Go, that's
Yeah.
a great joke.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that too. Yeah.
Season 2. I enjoyed season 2 better.
I like the first half of season 1. Something happens halfway through where I'm like, oh, that's a bummer. Season 2 is good though. Yeah.
I like
It's
season.
weird.
I like where they leave them.
Right. Season
At the
one
end.
felt like in the middle felt like, okay, we're done. Oh wait, we got 8 more to go. And then they
Right.
get back and do it. It's like,
Right.
what was that?
Yeah.
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 Well, they build up.
Yeah.
They build up the bad guy, and it's like, oh no, that's season 2.
I'm like, just kidding.
Yeah.
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 Well, yeah. I mean, dude, Mahershala Ali is a fantastic actor.
He very
You
much.
know, he's
Before he won
amazing.
2 Oscars in a row.
He's
Yeah.
a great actor, but Wesley Snipes will be a better Blade because Wesley Snipes looks it.
Yeah, and he can actually fight.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
but you know all that laughing that the character did in Luke Cage, I was sure that was the actor finding an attitude for the guy. You know, like
Hmm.
whatever he was saying, he was always laughing, had a big smile. Yeah, I'm going to kill him,
Right.
or
Yes.
whatever. It's like because I took acting classes. When I watch actors, I go, that wasn't in the script. He
Mhm.
found that moment. Like for instance, in Breaking Bad, you guys saw Breaking Bad?
Oh yeah, of course.
All right. If you didn't, don't listen to this. When Gus gets
Oh
blown
my
up
gosh.
and
Yeah.
walks,
Go watch it. It's it's the best thing
Right.
produced this century.
Steven, you never saw
Yeah,
it?
it's a fantastic show.
Steven,
It's
you
a
did or you
fantastic
didn't?
show.
Yeah, I saw it.
Okay, so when Gus walks out of the explosion, the actor adjusts
Yeah.
his tie
Yep.
before he dies and says, "That's the actor."
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
So-
Giancarlo Esposito, man. He's another
I-
great one.
he's a great one. I met him. I don't like him as a person, but he's a good actor.
Oh. What did you do? Wait, what do you do? What do you do?
I was talking to him about a documentary I'd seen about David Mamet, where David Mamet said something like, I got nothing left to teach you guys. And he went, he never said that. I went, yeah, he did. You saw the documentary? No, but he would never say that. I went, go see the documentary before you know I'm so fucking wrong. Okay.
And because of that, you don't like
Well,
him as a
it's
person.
the attitude like, oh, did he say that? Oh, that's interesting. Oh, yeah, what? You know, it's just immediately confrontational. So
Okay.
Maybe he's being playful.
Hey,
Maybe he's
smile.
being playful.
I guess, yes.
If he's being playful, that's one thing. If he's like accusatory, I guess. Yeah.
So, anyways, ladies and gentlemen, we got to wrap it up. It's almost 4:30, and I've got Bob Mccloud on the spotlight coming at the top of the hour, doing some drawing.
Well, then I'm staying.
Huh?
Hey, I'm staying.
There you go. So Joe's coming back. Hopefully you guys will too. But before we do, let's go around the horn and see where everybody's going to be at. Jamie, you're going somewhere this weekend.
I am going to be in Omaha, QuadCon Omaha, Saturday and Sunday, and then the following week going to be in Peoria.
Joe, I know you're going to be in Toronto. Are you going to be anywhere before then?
I don't know. We'd have to look at MBartist schedule to tell me.
Well, in that case, your next stop is Toronto, the weekend of the 18th.
Okay, this month.
This
Oh,
month.
okay. What do you know?
It's coming
Okay.
quick.
All right.
Mustafa, I know you're going to be in Toronto. You've asked for directions. Just go out.
Yes,
Go up.
apparently it's north.
North.
Yeah,
Go
this
north.
weekend I'm doing a little premiere for the Batman movie at a movie theater in Arlington. I'm really looking forward to it. There's a lot of artists that are going to be there. It's like a little Comic-Con inside the movie theater. It'll be great.
Oh, that's cool.
Cool.
So before we go, are you a coffee drinker?
Absolutely.
All right. So what do you take in your coffee?
Everything. Lots of cream, lots of sugar, caramel, whatever you want to throw in there. Hazelnut. Yeah. Tim Hortons all the way. I
The
know.
more the better.
Yes. Why? What's going on?
All right.
Uh-oh.
So when you land, go to a Tim Hortons
Yeah.
and ask for a triple. Don't say anything. Say, give me a triple,
Okay. Sure.
and just let it ride.
Is it triple
Oh,
milk,
boy.
triple sugar?
Well, we don't
Oh,
do
man.
milk, we do cream.
You don't know?
No cream.
Oh, cream. Yeah. No. Okay. Yeah. No, that's fine. I haven't had Tim Hortons since 2008, so I'm looking forward to it.
There you go. Triple.
Wow.
I
Yeah, I love
usually
triple
stick
format.
with the double, but if you want a cardiac arrest, go for the triple.
I'll
Have
do it,
your
especially because I won't have a lot of sleep probably. So yeah, I'll do that.
Have some Canadian Coke and
Wait, what's Canadian Coke?
Tim Hortons.
Oh, I thought.
Oh.
I thought like Mexican Coke, where it's like
No,
real sugar.
no.
Okay.
Oh no, I thought it was like cocaine in the shape of a maple leaf or something.
There you go. Yeah, that's maple syrup. That's crushed maple syrup.
Yeah.
Maple syrup.
It's snorting Crown Royal or something. Okay.
Oh, my lovely wife has brought my lunch. I have to eat and get ready for Bob's. But ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you all for coming. Come back in a half hour for my spotlight with Bob. And then tonight on the Toy Hive, we're going to be slinging some plastic at 10 p.m. Until then, Jamie, what do we ask everybody to do?
Like, comment, subscribe, turn on notifications, and send those questions so Steven will have to eat the snail.
Yes. He's gonna eat a
Yes.
snail, guys.
Anyways, from the Great White North and all points in between, except for Joe, because he just left the building.
Yeah,
Good
he
night.
didn't